r/askreddit. What do you know is true without evidence? What are you certain of, right down to your bones, without proof?
There's a travel agency that's been around in my town for as long as I can remember. I wholeheartedly believe it's a front for the mob.
Reddit supermods have the ability to give unlimited free awards on Reddit. This allows them to make certain opinions more visible and normalizes paying real money for Reddit emojis. Eat. Whoever gilded this comment, your mom's a fee it. Whoever gilded this comment, your mom's a lash superdago. Currently at 56 awards. I'm deleting this account if it gets to 69. Well, that's that. Be good to each other.
My brother deleted my game save on purpose. He was old enough to read. He knew what he was doing.
I did.
I play through the Baldur's Gate series every year or two. It's still my favorite series of all time.
Most of this is just busy work.
Currently sitting here taking help desk calls. Can confirm. There is no meaning to this.
Cheers. I'll drink to that bro.
My sister ate the whole ice cream box without asking my parents. Edit. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but she didn't leave any ice cream. I don't know what happened to the box.
Like the box, too.
San Andreas. I sometimes love to play it and drive around the city and cry for the old days. That a lot more famous actors than we realize are secretly the children of other famous actors from the previous generation. I call it the Hollywood bastard theory.
100 years from now, only a handful of kids and grandkids will have any memory of my life. 200 years from now, at most, I'll be a photo in an old family scrapbook with my name in the margin space. 300 years from now, no one in my family will know I existed outside of a half-finished family tree. Yet, ultimately, all of their hopes and pains, successes and failures, dreams and depressions will be the direct result of my having existed. So it isn't that bad.
There's an old Jewish saying that everybody dies twice. Once when your body stops, and again when your name is spoken for the last time.
That my cousin stole my holographic first edition Charizard Pokemon card back in the early 2000s.
That my last boss secretly hated me even though we had, on the surface, a very positive relationship.
My boss acted like we were friendly and encouraged me to be open with her. And then I got fired out of nowhere. So that was obviously an act. Eat it. I get it, you all. Huge mistake on my own part to trust this person. Lesson duly learned.
My friend always gets the N64 out on his birthday. We play GoldenEye, Bomberman 64, and sometimes Mario Kart. Does once a year count as regularly? Ooh, and every now and then I'll dig out mine and play Pokemon Snap. I've always felt this was a massively underloved game. I bet it'd be amazing with modern graphics and game engines. Maybe they could even have a course creator mode where people could submit their own routes. Edit. Apparently, Pokemon's Snap 2 is in the works. Guess I'm buying a Switch.
Life on other planets. Not green one-eyes aliens, but even insects and things like that.
Burger King hash browns are just tater tots.
Aren't McDonald's hash browns essentially big tater tots?
A lot of successful artists at a certain level of success do nothing more than create a concept and employ several assistants who are either current or graduating art students who actually make the art itself, its reproductions, or both. Now, edit. I know this is old news in the art industry and academy, but outside of it I found it very hard to explain my job to people. I do believe that films also romanticize this field and warp what a lot of outsiders think it actually is.
That the near-complete absence of financial literacy education in American public schools is 100% on purpose.
And they expect us to follow laws we're never taught.
If I'm stuck in traffic and switch lanes because the other lane looks like it will move faster, the lane I just switched from will automatically go faster.
However, if you don't switch lanes, your lane will still go slow. So go ahead and switch lanes. Even though it doesn't change your commute time, it speeds it up for the rest of us.
Construction boy here. If your windows or sliding doors are tugged to open and close, 9 times out of 10, we put your own dish soap on tracks and the thing works perfectly. It takes 5 minutes and we charge $150. Dish soap, people. It's better than for $40 sometimes.
that there is other intelligent life in the universe. We may never encounter it, certainly not within any of our lifetimes, but it's out there somewhere. The universe is too goddamn big for us to be the only ones. Edit. If you are reading this and thinking of making a joke about how humans are not intelligent, well, I'm sorry, but approximately 100 people have beaten you to it.
We have hardly explored the ocean in its entirety on our own damn planet, so it's amazing to think what else could be out there in the universe.
Used to screen resumes for small companies. Job requirements are more of a wish list situation. Never let some unchecked boxes deter you from applying. You have no idea what the applicant pool is like. The biggest boon, especially at small companies, is someone who legitimately cares.
Flat earthers are just doing it for attention. They really don't think the earth is flat.
Did you watch the documentary Behind the Curve? I think some of those people both believe in flat earth and enjoy the attention.
You'd be surprised how willingly someone will do their job and even go above and beyond if you just compliment them for their professionalism, politeness, and how they are helping them. It. Thank you all.
Yeah, the question says without evidence.
Life exists outside of Earth. I can't imagine a universe where we are the only life.
It would defy all odds that we're the only living thing in an endless space of planets. Each star in the sky has the potential for life, and there are so many more we can't see.
I'm really, really effing lucky. But like in a subtle way, like if there's a 95% chance I'll get hurt doing something stupid, I'll come out unscathed. Sometimes I think there's a guardian angel watching over me, making sure I don't kill myself by being an idiot.
U.S. Grootvetri could fall into a dumpster full of dicks and come out sucking his thumb.
Deja vu comes from previous dreams.
That the entire U.S. mattress industry is a front for criminal organizations. Virtually every city has more mattress stores than it needs. When was the last time you bought a mattress? So then why does a city of 80,000 have like 7 separate mattress retail places within like 6 blocks?
There is some Godzilla crap at the bottom of our oceans. Deep-sea gigantism will not fail me.
I too have seen the documentary Cloverfield. Edit. Guys, I really didn't mean to start a debate about the origins of the Cloverfield creature.
Former industry. Commercial radio. It's never caller 5. It's the caller who sounds best on air.
My ex-boss used COVID as an excuse to make me redundant because I was the only member of his team to be hired by someone else and not him. Fuck that guy forever.
Lots of companies are using COVID to get away with all kinds of crap right now.
Not an industry I work in per se, but I used to be in a sales role. One of my customers was a milk bottling plant. I was somewhat surprised that they were putting the exact same milk in both organic and non-organic cartons. Turns out all of their milk is organic, but in order to not miss out on the sales of non-organic milk, they just bottle them differently and sell them at different prices.
My phone is listening to me. It's simply not a coincidence anymore how my targeted ads change directly related to and after a conversation. People say we are just more predictable than we think, but I mentioned something I haven't even thought about for years, and there it is on Instagram.
That the funeral home by my house is run by some sort of criminal organization. I always see the same gangster-looking guys hanging out in front of it, smoking cigars and drinking beer.
Does this funeral home have its own crematorium by any chance? Ozark has taught me that it can be a really convenient way to get rid of bodies.
The most efficient way.
Not everyone is meant to raise a child. Just because you can biologically create a child or financially support one does not mean you are meant to raise one.
Thank you. Honestly, some people think even just the biological part is enough.
1 in every 3 or 4 people is not capable of critical thinking. And I'm not making some kind of point about politics or anything. I mean, those people are really incapable of taking in information and synthesizing it with other information and coming to their own conclusion. They're basically robots programmed by whatever source is most convincing to them.
I've considered the same idea at one point in time. I think that the population that is genuinely incapable isn't something like 1 in 4. It's probably lower, but it's far more likely that a greater portion of the population inconsistently applies critical thinking. An example of this would be someone who can apply it when they're at work, but does not do the same when it comes to other aspects of their life. Hashtag Sue/tag Sue/big shrug cuz who the F knows in the end. I sure don't. I can only speculate. Edit. A word for clarity.
I've thought about that. I've met a ton of people who seem dumb as a brick and yet succeed in other areas of life. I watched Flight 93 go down. I would never share that in real life because it's fucking grim and no one would believe you. The geography of the reports are off. I saw it clear as day from Kent State's main campus, Ohio. I didn't know what I was seeing other than I remember thinking that plane is way, way too low. We had a aviation college, so planes were common, and too big, and it's jerking around like how a toddler drives a Power Wheels truck. Continued on to class. You don't want to be 8 even at a liberal college.
Have visited the memorial twice. On my way back one time, I realised how damn close that memorial was to Ohio and how close Kent State was to Pennsylvania. Your geography definitely checks out.
I don't care who you are or what you think or even what the science says. Geese are evil creatures.
No good creature has teeth on their tongue.
I almost crapped myself the first time a goose hissed at me and I saw its tongue teeth. No thank you. I'm good.
There is probably 7 degrees of separation from everyone and a serial killer. That number is probably lower than 7. Eat it. Make it 3 degrees. I don't know the real number. The number doesn't matter to me, really. The point was we're all close to a serial killer.
I'm from the same town as a very famous serial killer. Not hard to find, you're only 1 or 2 degrees away from one.
The Truman Show was made to make me think the entire world watching my every move was a ridiculous notion. But I know better.
That one. 2 generations down the line, our use of technology will lead to extreme mental health issues. My brain feels deep-fried from time to time, and I haven't seriously started using a smartphone before I was already an adult.
I saw a massive bee when I was younger, and when I tell someone they never believe me.
My cat knocked over the water glass on purpose.
The world is not ready for a bald Messi.
Getting a name tattooed on your body is a curse, both on you and the person whose name is on you, for as long as you wear it.
As an Asian, I can safely say without a doubt that you don't need cups to measure the water when cooking rice.
I am essentially a good, decent person. I may not act this out successfully. It's the fact that I keep trying to act it out relentlessly that makes it true.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Teddy Roosevelt cured his childhood asthma by sheer force of will.